G'day pilgrims, and welcome to another Mongrel Dog production, and welcome to this, Queenstown, the adventure capital of the world. Also, welcome to this fully supported 8-day adventure ride across the South Island of New Zealand. I'm looking forward to this. Grab your gear, let's go. There's a 5-hour time zone difference between my home in Perth and here at Christchurch, or New Zealand. So I got here a day early just to ensure that there was no panic on my behalf. So anyway, I've got half a day up my sleeve. Might catch a bus in the town and be a tourist for half a day.
Thank you.
Baby.
Christchurch has to be the earthquake capital of the world. You know what I mean. And there were a couple of earthquakes in quick succession here, and this memorial wall is in memory of 185 people who lost their lives during the earthquake of 2011. The building in question was only a couple of blocks from here. It pancaked and was flattened, and a lot of the people who perished in that earthquake were students who were learning English as a second language, and that's why there are so many foreign names on the memorial wall. A real tragedy.
You'll have to watch the video because
Alright, well, that's the first item dealt with. That is picking up a foreign bike in a foreign land. That went pretty smoothly, as I expected it would do. This is not their first rodeo. I think this is about the third time that Jay and Moto Trekkin have been here to New Zealand. So, and the bike's in good nick, good shape, new tyres, which you've got to be mindful of, especially for the first few kilometres. Wait till the tyre gets scrubbed in. So yeah, I'll take this opportunity to take it back to the hotel, apply the sticker on the dashboard, the windscreen, so they know who's who in the zoo, and just familiarise myself with some of the controls. I've chosen an F800 for this trip. They had a lot of different bikes available, T7s, some bigger bikes, 1200s, 1250s, but I thought for this sort of terrain and this sort of trip, I thought an F800 would be more than enough. And so far, I'm not sorry with my choice.
Jacket.
Wipe sleep from your eyes. Quit dreaming now, the sun is on.
4 hours a day.
We're going to be no later than 7:30, so between 7 and 7:30 in the foyer, and then there's 238 kilometres of really good quality gravel. When we get to Dancy's Pass tomorrow, we will be having a briefing.
Best keep to traveling on. Ride 10 deep into town. Another night of setting up and breaking down. And if we leave here tonight, we'll be halfway to Barstow by daylight. I'll take the wheel if you start to yawn. Just keep to traveling on. Barely stand on
Right,
2
I'm
feet.
pretty anxious, more so than normal, only because a couple of things are foreign to me. Firstly, the bike, I'll get used to it quickly enough, I think. And secondly, because I'm in unfamiliar territory. If I'm a bit anxious, I'm sure everybody else would be as well. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We'll find our rhythm soon enough and get into the swing of things. So yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning. They got daylight saving here. Not that that will impact on us. We're using Gaia to navigate, so there's no bits of paper. Just follow the route on your phone. Makes things pretty seamless, pretty reliable. I've used it in the past, as has Moto Trekkin. So yeah, that should be okay. We'll get underway, The first, I believe we got a bit of blacktop initially for a little while, and that's okay. And hit the dirt later on today.
Another night of setting up and breaking down. And if we leave here tonight, we'll be halfway to Barstow by daylight. I'll take the wheel if you start to yawn. Just keep to traveling on. Can barely stand on 2 feet. Callous fingers tap my weak and shaky knees. At least I can rest my mind.
Alright, we're coming up to a critical point here that I was warned about. Apparently people are so focused on the road they missed this turn, and I believe this is the beginning of the dirt, so this is where the real adventure will start. And just like that, boom, here we go. I think dust is going to be a real problem on this ride. There was a vehicle behind me, a 4-wheel drive, and this stuff is pretty skatey, what I'm on at the moment, and we were warned about it. So yeah, pretty loose underfoot. And there was a 4-wheel drive behind me and I've allowed him to pass, so I don't feel pressured by him. There's no wind, no breeze, so the dust is going to be a problem, I think, especially once you get passed by a lot of bikes, because I'm not the fastest rider here. Now the problem is that our tyre pressures are all pretty high, 36 front, 42 rear. They wanted us to maintain those sort of pressures for some reason. first glimpse of snow-capped mountains as we move further south. Oh, look at that. Stunning. And I saw my first glimpse of snow-capped mountains earlier, which will be a sign of things to come as we go further south and reach higher elevations. Can't see anybody else behind me, so I'll just close the gate. They'll have to open it themselves. Thank you. This can't be good. Holy shit. I'll park down the bottom here. He was close to going over the edge.
I don't know, but we'll get it up.
He landed on his shoulder. He thinks he's done a couple of ribs. We'll walk him down the hill, down to that bend, so regardless of people coming either direction, they'll see him. We've got to load that bike on the trailer, of course, and the doctor was behind us somewhere. So yeah, we'll get him down the corner, I think. Doc's arrived. The sweep, both sweeps, all the leaves, is the support vehicle with the trailer, and there's enough able-bodied blokes here to load up the bike on that, especially considering that they'll have a downhill run, so there's no sense in me hanging around. I'll make my way. We're going to be late. The briefing was at 4 o'clock. I think 4 o'clock has come and gone. Not that that matters. Stunning scenery. Alright, this is my accommodation for this evening, and this is also where the briefing is being held, so that's the end of day one for me. Some of the other guys are being accommodated in town, which is, I don't know, 12 or 15 kilometres away. So yeah, end of day one for me. I don't know whether the briefing has come and gone. We'll figure it out. The band's all back together now. Old mate with the busted shoulder is back here, and it's not broken. Spoke to the doc and he said we don't have to medevac him out. We'll get him looked at on the way out tomorrow, next sort of town that we pull into. So that's good news. His ride's over. Clearly he's not going to be able to ride again. Having said that, they did ride the bike back here. One of the sweep riders must have ridden it or something. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. So the bike is back here. And of course it's suffered some panel damage and that sort of thing. We had another breakdown today, a radiator on one of the BMWs, one of the 1200s. I'm not quite sure whether it was damaged by a stone or a rock.
It's pretty good, mate.
We're just about to move in now for tomorrow's briefing. It's a couple of hours late, but for different reasons. Jay had a puncture in one of the vehicles, and of course that bloke who hurt himself and a couple of recoveries. So yeah, the briefing shouldn't take long.
Did you have a good day? Yes. All right, that's good. I'm so pleased you did. There was some amazing riding. Coming down that pass is just terrific. All right, now all your bags have been delivered, both those, and some black soil as well. Okay, and you'll need some moderate to advanced, skills to get through there if it gets really slushy. Expect incredible mountain views and some of the best adventure riding anywhere in the world as we descend down into Queenstown.
Right, morning of day 2, bag drop off and breakfast.
Nice.
Alright, morning of day 2, about to set off. It's 8 AM. Yeah, just spoke to the doc, that bloke with the shoulder. Yeah, his ride's definitely over. The doc thinks he might have dislocated the shoulder and then somehow managed to put it back in place on site. So yeah, he's going to be medevac later today as soon as we hit civilization. And the bloke who had the busted radiator, they sent a replacement bike up last night at a cost, so he's back in the game. What can we expect today? Well, apparently there's elevation involved, climbing over some range. I'm not sure of its name, doesn't matter, but yeah, it could be a bit cooler up there than what it is down here. And then eventually today we end up at Queenstown, or just outside of it in suburban Queenstown. Apparently lots of gates today to go through, and also some snotty terrain from what I've heard. Apparently they copped some rain a little while ago and it hasn't dried out as much as Moto Trekkin would have liked. So that might provide a bit of entertainment for some, including myself. And of course then there's the dust.
They've been there all along. Keep traveling on. Tell me, what is this place? Countless people, but not one familiar face. It's not so bad, I suppose. Starting over every time I change my clothes. Even here I'm all but gone. Best keep to traveling
Just past a sign that said that this was a dry weather track only, and that was at a junction. And if you went the other way, it said track not suitable for cars. So yeah, the next half a day could be technical in places, I think. We'll know more soon. Bridge closed ahead, 4-wheel drive only. That'll be interesting. Must be a bit of a water crossing. Seems to be a bit of activity here. That can't be good. It looks like we're doing a bit of a bypass maybe. That's the first part, and there's the water crossing. Yeah, it's pretty soft. It's an old creek bed, that's why. It's all river sand and stuff. wet feet now, that's not helpful. Yeah, this is one of one of 14 gates, I believe. Oh well, leave them how you found them. Get on the bike, get off the bike, get on the bike, get off the bike. Never mind. Another picturesque valley. Very nice. And Jade did say last night at the briefing that the days just get better and better from a scenery point of view. People pulling over to take in the view. Why not? You're on holiday after all, aren't you? Yeah? Looks like I'll be gate man for a bit. Could be coming up to some snotty stuff. There's a warning symbol on the route on Gaia. Could be this climb here. Hopefully that's nothing more than that, just a climb. Yeah, so I've chosen the F800. It's got more than enough grunt for most of the work, I think, and it may be an easier bike to ride in some of these more difficult conditions. As I said, if this is just a climb, then that's fine. Turn your traction control off and just let the bike work its way up the hill. And I don't know if this was the hill in question where they said that they wished it was a bit drier. You know, this might just be a walk in the park compared to that one. But yeah, some of the blokes on the bigger bikes, if they haven't ridden one before and they saw this as an opportunity to, you know, hire one and do a road test, yeah, they might be sorry that they made that decision. Then again, yeah, light drizzle now. And I can see in front of us there's a bit of rain, I think, and that was forecast. It was on the menu for today. I'd rather get wet feet than lay it over. And that's what happened. It's okay. It's not over yet. Another stunning valley. There's tracks everywhere, but I think that's the one we're going up.
Really awesome. In the beginning, the skippers and work our way down nice and slow. Just got to be super careful going down there. Okay? I haven't lost anyone yet. Please don't make this trip the first one. Alright, place next door and just down around behind the cinema if you want to go down there for some dinner as well. But they always appreciate the business here. Matt, who is the new manager here, has been here 12 months. He's a couple of years back and it was unforgettable. Amazing to see.
Alright, morning of day 3. We're actually having 2 nights here in Queenstown. Today, people have got the option. They can do pretty much what they want, or alternatively they can go on a loop ride, which is what I'm going to do. And this loop ride includes Skipper's Canyon. And from what I've heard, it can be very, very frightening because of the nature of the terrain. But anyway, we'll go and have a look and just see what all the fuss is about. But yeah, myself plus a few others are pretty anxious. We'll see how we go. Stunning clear day now today. Yesterday was quite a lot of rain in the afternoon, which dampened everybody's spirits a bit. Wet boots, wet feet. Well, we're off. There's only 15 of the group that have chosen to go, so that's, you know, half. The others may be just having the day off, or alternatively they're going to seek some sort of adventure or adrenaline rush. I mean, this place is supposed to be the adrenaline capital of the world. Yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to today. It's had a lot of build up. We'll see how we go. Well, we're starting to climb now. I'm not sure if we're going to get above the snow line today. I think during winter time we probably would already be above the snow line. I've seen these chain fitting bays as we've climbed further and further. We're down to single digits temperature wise. It's currently 9 degrees Celsius where we are now. It's like riding in Jurassic Park. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning view. Guess is they would be parachutists. Yeah, clearly this is going to be a bit tricky. Look at that snow line over there. Stunning. I can hear light aircraft, choppers. It's like being on a movie set. So yeah, it's all happening. Alright, hopefully today is incident free. Not much room for error. I don't know what you do if you meet another vehicle. It's one thing on a motorbike, another thing in a four-wheel drive. Yeah, mate. Okay, that's Skipper's Canyon done and dusted. Now from here we got about a 1 hour road ride, I believe, to another place, Glenorchy, I'm not quite sure, and I don't know what's there, but it's before noon at the moment, so we might as well take this opportunity to fill in the rest of the day by seeing more of the area around Queenstown. Come around every bend and there's another postcard. We're going right off the beaten track now. Not quite sure what's that destination, but I think a lot of the others have just chosen to get as far as the town and pull up for a cup of coffee and then perhaps turn back. So I'll keep going, can't be much further. Well, that's a bit disappointing to come this far. Still got a bit to go, probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 kilometres, to come across a sign that says, pardon me, road closed. Yeah, it's very disappointing. Anyway, I'll turn around and head back. I don't know what is the destination, an elevated place to look over the valley or something. Anyway, we'll never know. Yeah, very disappointing. There's a jet boat going out for a bit of a yip-yar. We're back in Queenstown now. I spoke to a couple of staff there at Moto Trekkin, and they told me that the reason the road would have been closed is because of flooding, and some of the water crossings, I believe, are quite wide. So yeah, they believe that's probably why the road was closed. We'll go back to the hotel now, just relax for a couple of hours, and then attend the briefing this evening and find out what's going on tomorrow. Morning at day 4. Right, we're off. Morning of day 4 from here, Queenstown, to Invercargill, I think it's called. About 400 kilometres by the route that we've been given. Mostly dirt, as you would expect. Having said that, Jay did say that if you're feeling stressed or fatigued, or you want to get there quicker, then slabbing it is an option. Or, you know, taking the route and then looking at taking the blacktop as an option later this afternoon, perhaps. Apparently there are a couple of things to see and do in town when we get there, so that's always a good option. The other thing is about this place where we're going is it's about as close to the most southern point of the South Island that you're going to get, which means you're close to Antarctica as you're ever likely to get, so you would expect a drop in temperatures as well. to Invercargill. A pretty seamless day for me today. I'm not sure how the others went. Some may have chosen just to slab it down here, and that's okay. I mean, it's still, I don't know, mid-afternoon, heaps of daylight left. So yeah, pretty seamless day for me. Lots of different terrain and road conditions, lots of open farmland, lots of sheep that looked very healthy. So yeah, lots of open farmland, a mixture of both blacktop sealed road and unsealed, some pretty loose underfoot, but I didn't bump into anybody who had crashed or burnt, so that's a good outcome. So yeah, we'll find the hotel, check in, briefing this evening of course, and then a couple of drinks. Bloody hell. Number 19. Right, obviously some of these smaller towns, you know, don't have the rooms available to fit everybody, so I'm booked in a motel over the road, and I think the briefing is being held somewhere other than that, but we'll figure it out.
G'day, good evening everybody. Welcome to Invercargill. Did you have a good day? Yeah.
Well, it's the morning of day 5. Interesting rider briefing yesterday evening at the pub. Some of the blokes weren't there. We were missing. There was 5 missing in action, and it works out that a group of 4 of them got pulled over by the cops and busted for speeding. Riding in a group of 4, the cops could only bust the first 2. They couldn't bust the second 2, even though they were in a pack and doing all the same speed. So those 2 blokes copped a fine of $170. And there was talk of impounding the bikes, so they must have been going pretty quick. And if they impound the bikes, of course, they'd have to pay 28 days worth of hire charges, so that could have been very expensive. Some other bloke hit a cow. Wasn't a big hit, but he hit a cow nonetheless, and busted a clutch lever. So yeah, interesting day yesterday. Today, in 25 words or less, we go from here and end up at Dunedin, following the coast, I believe, in a lot of cases. Right, we're off. One of the standouts with Moto Trekkin is they're always evolving, and what I mean by that is they're always open to new ideas. We don't have any women participants on the ride, but we do have women with us, and what they're partners of some of the riders. So it must have been suggested at some stage, look, you know, can the wife tag along? I mean, clearly they, you know, pay for that privilege, but so yeah, we've got a few women with us, the partners. And in another case, there are a couple of couples who are actually riding 2 up. Once again, they, you know, pay for that. But yeah, I don't know of too many other companies that would promote or allow that. I know the BMW Safaris, their TS Safaris do, but they're predominantly road-based, whereas yeah, these guys are actually going off-road and riding the same conditions as the rest of us. So yeah, good on you, Jay, and the rest of the team for allowing that sort of thing. And in another example, we got one bloke, old mate Richard, who's coming back from injury and can't ride, but he's got a couple of mates on the trip. So yeah, Jay's allowed him to tag along as well. So yeah, good on your Moto Trekkin. I put on an extra layer today because some of the conditions could be quite brisk. Haven't needed it up until now, but yeah, today could be a little bit cooler than some of our earlier days. We have been blessed by good weather, reasonably good weather, a little bit of rain one afternoon, but in the main it's been pretty good. But I think yeah, today could be a bit of a test, and I think tomorrow could be about the coldest day that we're going to experience, but we'll know more about that later. This is all timber felling country through here, I believe. So we'll have to be wired for that. You want to come around a corner and then see obviously a logging truck inbound. Done a tyre. That's tubeless. That'll be a quick repair. That's the beauty of tubeless tyres. Find the hole, plug it, reinflate the tyre, and away you go. Because apparently they found bones on the beach at some stage. It's the only recognised beach that you can ride on. And the unusual thing is that there's sea lions here as well. I mean, it is a little bit soft underfoot, but nothing bad. I wouldn't want to stop. I'm only going to stop and try and turn around where it's fairly solid. You can see a huge sea lion up here. We'll go and say g'day, eh? Might be a little bit softer there. I mean, somebody's been here on a bike already. It's not a big beach. The secret here is get up here and go downhill to turn around. G'day, buddy. Where are you going? Yeah, I'll turn around here. Like I say, the secret is to be facing downhill. Pulled over for fuel. There was an opportunity to refuel before this, but there was a bit of a queue there, so I thought, bugger it, I'll just keep going. And some lunch, so I pulled over to the Heart and Soul Cafe. I thought, oh, this will be good, it'll be all vegan, vegetarian, fruity, bloody, whatever it was. But I had the best BLT, bacon, lettuce and tomato, that I've ever had, and I've been around the block more than once. Good on your Heart and Soul Cafe. Very nice. Alright, on about 90 kilometres by the shortest possible route. But of course we're going via the back road, so maybe a couple of hours. Alright, well this is Dunedin. A pretty seamless day again for me, personally. I did see one bloke who sort of laid his bike over trying to get off the beach, but that was a low speed layover in thick sand, so clearly he didn't hurt himself or do any damage to the bike. We'll just make our way towards the hotel and check in, that is get our name ticked off, as well as check in the hotel. The unusual thing about this place, Dunedin, is this reportedly has the world's steepest street in it, and I'm curious about that, so we might go and have a look at that as well at the same time. I think it's up near the hotel, within Kui of it, so we'll go and have a look at that. It's a big place, obviously a major regional town. I think this is it. Number 19, Steve Bly.
How you going? Parking. If you stick to the building and just go directly behind, there's a loading bay.
I hope you enjoyed the trails and the scenery today and the beach. The beach was amazing. Who went on the beach? Yeah, that's awesome. A lot of you did, so it was really good.
Just had dinner at the Spates Ale House. Spates must be a bit of an institution, I don't know whether here in New Zealand or here in Dunedin, but anyway, yeah, very enjoyable evening. Lots of banter, lots of good food. I'm in a bit of a food coma now, so I might go upstairs and lie down for a while, I think. Right, morning of day 6. I've just got to go and get fuel. I didn't do that yesterday afternoon, so I'll go and do that now. I never did get to the steepest street in the world. It was some distance away, and you know, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone here with the terrain so steep, and also not knowing where I was going and stuff, so I didn't go there. But geez, yeah, what a steep little town this is. We walked to the pub and back last night, and even that was a workout. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, we'll get fuel and then head off. Every house here would have a view. Bloody hell. Oh, it's another cold morning here. Yesterday was pretty cool too. Brr. Which reminds me, a big shout out to Tony at Go Cozy. Go Cozy are a mob who specialise in heated apparel, and Tony from Go Cozy reached out to me a little while ago. He knew I was going to New Zealand, and he said, "Here, you might want to try one of these, a heated vest." And initially I dismissed it, thinking, yeah, nah. And then I thought, you know what? I mean, I don't ordinarily get exposed to extremes of temperature, and here in the South Island, that's about as cold as I was ever likely to get. So I took up his offer, and they sent through a heated vest, and I've got to say, I'm not sorry I took up their offer. This thing is certainly lightweight. It's got 3 different temperature settings. You know, warm, a little bit warmer, and a little bit warmer still. It's got a couple of different areas that you can warm up. One is the abdomen, and separately you can do the back and the neck, or you can do obviously all of it. It comes with its own lithium battery, and that, if you have it on the lowest settings, that'll last all day, you know. And having said that, I mean, if that was to go flat or discharge, just use any old power bank that you've got for recharging your phone. So yeah, good on you, Tony. Thanks for convincing me that it might be a good idea. They got other stuff as well, you know, gloves and I think even socks and scarves. But yeah, this heated vest has made all the difference, made riding so much more comfortable. Anyway, look, if you think that sort of thing is right for you, I'll leave the link in the description below, and there's probably some sort of discount for YouTube viewers. So yeah, it's certainly well worth the money. Alright, today I think we're going to be about 400 kilometres to go. It's supposed to be pretty scenic country, but we're climbing a lot. Lots of elevation. Don't quote me, but I think it's 4,000 feet. And if I thought the temperatures were cold now, they're just going to get a lot colder. So anyway, we'll buckle down and get on with it. Each time you come over a hill, there's another postcard right there, you know? Absolutely stunning.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my
I think what we're doing here, we're just gathering and then make a decision on the road and track conditions, because if it's a bit wet, a bit damp, it can be asking for trouble. So we'll get comfortable. Well, this is Old Dunstan Road. It's supposed to be pretty gnarly, but I guess risk equals reward. Yeah, they did want to just confirm the conditions before they let us loose up here. I believe after a bit of rain, or if there's a bit of moisture up there, it can be quite dangerous and treacherous, to the point where most people would struggle and some would die. We don't want that. So yeah, hopefully the conditions, other than dust, of course, loose underfoot, hopefully they'll be ideal for us. Looks like we're going to go above the snow line, I think. I mean, there's no snow here at the moment, not in this area. There could be some further down the road, but yeah, certainly looks like we're going to go above the snow line.
even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly.
No, I never ever expected this.
Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.
Ever. Oh, there's more than one. There's a bunch of the crazies. Aaron, if you're watching, I reckon even this would be a tough task for you. Holy shit.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
I don't know how well you can hear me. The wind is absolutely howling. Our destination for tonight is Lake Tekapo, 45 kilometres. We're at the Hakatarami Pass, 965 metres. Looks like we're changing from one district to another. Yeah, this place must be in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if you can access it by road. I guess you can. But all we've been on is this gnarly bloody track for the last 20 kilometres with another 45 to go. Geez, that wind is strong. All this area would be covered by snow, I expect, during winter time. Although it may be hard to make out, there is snow-covered peaks to our front.
I will keep keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Yeah, another GS on the trailer with the same problem a few days ago. That is a rock puncturing the radiator. The irony here, unfortunately, is it's the same rider that it happened to a couple of days ago. So that's two BMWs, two radiators, same rider. Maybe you join the dots.
Right, so the weather tomorrow is meant to be sunny in the morning and the wind's meant to knock off a bit. So this is a bit of a front that's going through.
Right, morning of day 7. Final day. Supposed to be forming up somewhere. Alright, just waiting for the starter's pistol to be fired. We'll get underway. This is day 7, the final day. Got to be careful on the last day because it's been my experience that some blokes get a bit toey heading for home and they take a few risks. We'll see how we go. I mean, this bunch is pretty seasoned, so they should be alright. It's been a good week, lots of different conditions. Weather-wise, we've been lucky, pretty fortunate. A little bit of drizzle on one day, but yeah, some of the scenery is absolutely stunning. And Moto Trekkin always put on a good show. It's not their first rodeo. They've been doing this for a little while. Jay and his team are pretty good at what they do. So yeah, shorter day today, 300 kilometres with similar road and track conditions, but shorter day. Got to get back, clean the bikes, give them a little bit of a going over. Not detailed, but certainly got to be clean before they get handed back. This evening will be a final dinner, farewell dinner, a couple of presentations maybe. And then of course, yeah, most people are leaving tomorrow. I'm staying around for a day, just be a tourist for a day and then leave the following day. But look, having said that, I mean, this being the final day and all, you wouldn't expect too much to go wrong from here. So if this is the final approach, you know what that means. See you on the other side.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down.